Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joe. This is Vaulted Assets X. It is Thursday evening and we are going to go old school and do a shop and talk session. I'm going to look on eBay for auctions ending tonight for deals on UFC cards. May do a couple WWE cards as well, but mostly UFC. And just have a conversation. So we have a parameter set, UFC minus the word wild because I don't have any wild card brand items in there. I usually get rid of Leaf as well, but we're going to keep that in. We're doing auction settings ending soonest. I have my eBay watch list up. So I have a tab to look for current listings. I have my Gixxon snipe tool set, and I have card ladder lookup values. Look at the card market value there. October 2024, 230 million up to almost 700 million. My guess is we break $1 billion by early 27. That is my prediction. But anyway, let's get going. So I'm going to do a little refresh search here. And let's get going. So why do I do these? One, it's kind of therapeutic for me. After working and getting home, kind of sit down for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and just go through cards, look for stuff that's cool, learn new stuff, price out some interesting things, and just relax. And usually when I'm done with this, I usually hit the gym. So we're going to get going here, see if we pick up on anything. Something I'm trying to pick up on is I'm trying to pick up more cards that have greater eye appeal in my showcase it shows. So I try to pick cards that get my attention. Like this Chris Cyborg is kind of cool. People don't come specifically asking for Cyborg UFC cards, obviously, but having it at the table, I think, just gets attention, eye appeal, and there's something to be said about having them around the table. A lot of dealers operate differently. Some of them focus on just one sport. But in my 4-table setup, I try to do a little bit of everything. But as trying to brand myself as kind of the UFC dealer, I try to have one full showcase, which is about, I think, 40 cards, give or take, of UFC, with a little bit of everything mixed in. And the other 3 showcases are a mix of all sports and some TCG. But a card like this is kind of cool. Curious what this card ladder is for. So 2011 Cyborg, Moment of Truth. 2011 Cyborg. We'll just do Truth, Auto. Let's see. He's actually bringing decent money. So that base plus the auto did 140 recently. Damn, look at that. The 1 of 1 golden did 4,600 bucks. Out of 15 red did 335.6. Wow. Pretty surprising. Pretty solid market. So 140. What was that one at? That was at 75. So I got a bid Canadian. $10 shipping. I bought from Savage Cars before. They have good stuff. Let's see what else they got in just out of curiosity. See all. Should see for UFC. So maybe I can save a little bit of money on shipping. Oh, they got the Ronda Rousey gold in tonight. Damn. Okay, we're gonna change paths. We're gonna focus on this seller specifically. Let's see what they got. I'm going to put a bid on the Cyborg by my phone because I don't think I have enough time to do it through the Snipe app. So let me pull this up real quick. Cyborg Truth Auto. Let's see. Ends in 2 minutes. And also, this seller from Canada, Savage Cars, has no tariff on cards. It's listed in their auction description as well, but it's good to see it reinforced because there's not tariffs on cars from Canada. Let's see what else they have. Well, that Pettis is kind of nice. Cerrone. Conduit out of gold out of 50. That's a nice vintage card. Dang. There's a lot of like really interesting high eye appeal cards here. Huh. Things you find on a random Thursday night. Who would have known? So I'm going to pull out the Frank Mir Not the Bisbing, not the maybe the Rashad Evans. It sucks these are all ending so soon. I'm like kind of caught off guard here. Frankie Edgar, no. Pulver, no. What else? Stefan Struve, relic. McDonald. Any higher end cards? I want to see that Rousey because me and a buddy of mine were talking about the Rousey, if one of us is going to bid on it or not. He said he wasn't, so I might. For some reason, people don't like Rousey, but at auction, she gets decent numbers. In person, I don't know if I've ever sold a Ronda Rousey card at the show, to be honest. But people always comment on it and talk about it. I think she's more of an online person, but I could be wrong on that. There's the Cyborg base rookie. Okay, this is at 35 seconds. Let me make sure I get my bid in here quick so I don't miss it. Let's see. It's $75 US. Let me bid. We'll do 115 Canadian, which is 82 bucks. Let's see how that goes. 10, 9, 8. Ooh, just got jumped. 7, 6, 5. I placed the bid. I got outbid. I think I lost. Well, let's figure it out. Let's see. That's a sick card. The cruise control. We'll pull that one out. See what else we want to pick out. Oh, the Holloway rookie. He does signings. That might be a good one to get him to sign because he does not here. Could be Bloodlines rookie, another good one, possibly Raw if you can get it cheap enough. The Rousey belt out of 185. Again, it's too high for me. Plus, I have a lot of better Rousey, so I need to keep focused on that. I didn't win the Cyborg. It ended up going for 131 US, so a strong number for that. So that's encouraging. Cain Velasquez out of 27, maybe. The GSP and still a champion. That's sick. Let's pull that aside. The coin for the Rousey I would bid on again out of 108. Just too big of a number. Let's see what else. Saturdays has some pretty good stuff in there on UFC tonight. Dos Santos out of 18. That might be a possibility. Sometimes it's good to have kind of weird stuff. The black printing plate for the Randy Couture. So out of all the printing plates, they usually have 4. Yellow, magenta. Damn, what the hell's the other color? There's yellow, magenta. There's one other color than the black. Most printing plate collectors go for the black because that's the most important color and the most desired. So pull that one out. The Rumble Johnson, I already have this card and a PSA 7, I believe. The Gracie had a 188 fight worn gear. We'll pull that one out. What else do we have here? This might be the whole damn video. It's kind of cool. And the Ronda Rousey. So let's go through some of these real quick. The Mirror Moment of Truth. Let's see, that's the gold. So 2011 Mirror gold out of 25. Let's see. Is that the right one? Wow, there's not even any history on that, is there? Maybe I just do Mirror 25 to open up the search. Let's see. Moment of Truth out of 25 lasted 37 bucks. It's already 43 over. How long ago was that? That was 2021. The eye's only 43 bucks. That's so long ago. You could buy a car like this for 37 and name your price. Do I want to take a flyer on this or not? Maybe. Maybe not. It is a sick card. It is actually fighter worn, which I like. Great patch color too. Actually, it looks like it's from the jersey in the photo. It looks like it's like from the shoulder, maybe. Let me pull this up on my phone and bid on this. Give me 1 second here. See original listing, Savage Cards. Where am I looking here? Pull up UFC. Search. Here we go. Here's the mirror. Where is it? Filter ending soonest. This video is not going as expected, but kind of in a good way because we have opportunity to get some cool stuff. The mirror, I'm going to drop a bid on it. I'm just going to bid right now so I can get ahead of this. So I'm going to bid 65 Canadian, which is 46 US. I am the high bidder. So that's good. Let's see what else we got going on here. Back to Savage Cards. I wish I could be doing this on the screen, but I have I use two different eBay accounts, one for buying, one that's for selling, just to keep my identity kind of off the radar. So I use a separate account for that. I don't know if it means anything, but just for me, I like to do that. So let's see. Filter ending soonest. So yeah, but just going back to like my theory about having a variety of a showcase, and like you don't see these cards barely online, but seeing them in a showcase in person, all it takes is one person to have that nostalgia hit about UFC. You start over a conversation about older fighters and whatever, and before you know it, like they end up buying like 3, 4, 5 cards, just because they see something there. It's in hand and don't gotta worry about shipping or a scam or bullshit. And people will buy stuff. You also gotta kind of know your market a little bit, know your people, know the type of people that come up to your table. We'll see if I win that. What does the Evans go for? 2010 main event. And also part of me doing these videos too is just to show you like how I go try to source product. This certainly is not for everybody. It does take time. You have to have kind of a system. When you're caught off guard like this, you kind of got to be a little bit quick. I think this is already too high. This is already 22. We'll pass on that. The cruise control out of 36. 2012 cruise out of 36. And also, I just like talking through this and having some fun with it. Nelson Cruz. So I'm picking up other sports here. The Dominic Cruz. Lasted 35 and 25, comps at 55. Again, these cards, you can kind of name your price a little bit. The comp doesn't matter much. It's only $15 though. So let me throw a bid on that as soon as I can find it. But I think having even a variety beyond just the GOATs, like the Khabibs, the John Jones, and the typical names, the GSPs. Some people can't afford those, but they still love UFC, and you have to be able to cater. Again, if you want to be a well-rounded dealer, some people don't care about being a well-rounded dealer, and that's fine too. There's some dealers that only deal in 5-figure cards. Some dealers at the National and the Fanatics Fest, they were only dealing in 6-figure cards. But I think if you want to get people and build up the UFC community and the collecting, I think if they can't afford or they don't feel comfortable getting in at a expensive level, and they commit money to it, maybe you get them in at something cheaper. And who knows, maybe they enjoy it, and then you sell a bunch of cheaper cards, and then one day they come back to you, they're like, hey, I want to trade all these cards in and upgrade to something bigger. And then you kind of catch both sides of that. So there's always that. So let me drop a bid on this. I'm going to bid at the 45 Canadian or 40. We do 42 Canadian, which is $30 US. So I'm just going to throw a bid on that, so I don't have to worry about it. And I was already outbid. Dang. Huh. Didn't expect that. Let me bid 48 to get it to about $35. See what they say there. Okay, I'm the high bidder on the cruise control. We're good there. The Max Holloway, this should be much easier to comp. 2013 Max. I shouldn't know what this car goes for, but I'm old and my memory's bad. Oh, somebody bought the 1/8 from CKA Cards. I know them very well. Look up their account on eBay. They have like some of the best stuff in the world. And he actually, did he sell 2 or 1? I think he only sold, is that the same number? That's 1/8. What number is this? 1/8. So it looks like he sold it twice, maybe. I don't know what happened there. Good for him. So the base goes for, we'll call it 67 bucks. This one did 95. This one did 67. Card ladders kind of all over the place. What is it at? It's at 51. I'd feel comfortable going to 7. We'll say 70 because I'm going to get him to sign it. Place bid. That's a great thing about being a dealer in Florida is that a lot of athletes do a lot of signings throughout the entire state. And I know I have pretty decent connections with a lot of people that work at these autograph places. So, and also I can get wholesale pricing. So that works out. 96 bucks Canadian. That's $70 US. I'm going to throw a bid on it. There we go. I'm not even checking what's available on eBay. Not worried about it. Not going to worry about a couple bucks. Khabib Bloodlines 2013. What does the Khabib do? Great looking card too. Action shot. It's awesome. Good coloring too. I wish they would redo cards like this. What does a Khabib go for? That is the 10 to 300. What does the base go for? Ungraded. Dang, only 31 bucks with the card ladder at 35, and this is already up to 43. A little bit of a run on Khabib stuff. This is only a couple days ago. So the question is then, are there any buy it now Khabibs that I can snipe cheap? Let's find out. Nothing. The cheapest one online is 195 bucks. Yeah. That Khabib might run too, above 44, but I'm not gonna. It's a cool card, but nothing crazy. I'm gonna Cain Velasquez. I know everyone loves that guy, and he was such an animal. Let's see, 2013 Cain out of that was 27, I believe. Let me see, 27. What does that go for? All right. No, I think I got the year wrong. 2013 Cain out of 27. 2013 Cain. Oh, I did 37. My bad. 27. What does this do? Did 45 bucks in April. It's at 41. Pass. This one I want. I'm trying to get a lot of these triple threads. Like there's one that says Montreal. I have the 1/1 printers plate of that. The UFC Card Father has the base card of that 1/1. That's priced very expensive, and I don't mean he's pricing expensive. I mean it's priced expensive because it's worth it. But I don't, not in the right mindset to purchase that card. But let's just see what this one does. GSP always gets a lot of attention at shows. He sells pretty well. I probably sold 10 or 15 of his cards the last show. Is that the right one? 2013 out of 18. Let's see. So the Montreal out of 18 auto did 370 back in 2025. Card ladder 520. I would argue it's worth more than that because trying to find another one. The Montreal out of 18 card ladders at 150. The Montreal is probably more desirable than this. It's already at 91. I'm going to throw a bid at 110 US on that. I probably won't win it, but I think it's moderately competitive. Let's see. What is 110 US? Place bid. What does that come out to? 150 Canadian? We'll do 155 Canadian, which is 112. Let's see what that happens there. I'm the high bidder. We are good there. The Junior DeSantos out of 18. 2010, 2010, a junior, just out of 18. When you do a search in card ladder, you want to keep the words at a minimum. Because the more words you add, it means those words have to be in the title by the person that listed it, and they could have fucked it up. So you want to keep it at a minimum to have a wider scope to capture as many of the listings as possible. At least that's my trick. Let's see. Anything close? Nothing. So a car like this is interesting because it's uncomparable, which is great because you can kind of name your own price. So let me just see if there's one currently listed on eBay. I'm assuming no. That would be kind of a miracle if it was, but you never know. Let's see. It's possible one of the heavy hitters on eBay has it listed for a crazy price. Oh, there you go. So the out of 18, yeah, so that's the same guy that CK cards. It's the same guy that I saw previously with the Holloway out of 8s. So he has it listed for 150 or best offer. Is the top of that damaged? Is that damage or glare? That looks like damage, in my opinion. Huh. I'd probably stay away from that, even though he's a great seller and I love the guy. I don't know if that's clear or not. Oh, maybe it is because maybe you kind of see it there too. But then again, like you see a little bit of damage there. That looks like, I don't know. Hard to tell. Weird angle on the photo. So 150 or best offer, assuming he wants 75 bucks for it, give or take, maybe 100. I think we bid on this. So let me go back. Where are we at? Did I skip it by accident? I can't find it. What am I doing here? Let me try again. What's the time on this? Let me refresh it. 1 hour and 16 minutes. There we go. So I'm going to bid it up to 50 bucks. Just because if you get it for 50 or 55, somebody looks online, they see 150 or best offer. Like psychologically, it puts you in a good spot. I'm going to bid it up to 50 bucks. American, place my bid. I'm winning. Let's keep it moving. The Gracie, this card is so sick. High number. I normally would not touch a card this high, but I just like the card. 2010 knockout. 2010 Gracie. Item 188, and we'll throw in the word auto. There should be sales of these. So this one recently did 140. And all the autos of his are kind of tough because it always gets cut. It always gets kind of like cut off on the bottom or almost cut off. Yeah, it kind of looks weird here because of that with the sticker. So, but you take what you can get. So the last one earlier this year is a 140, plain white relic. This one's also plain white relic. It's a 58. I'm going to bid it up to, we'll say 90. And again, like the point of this and doing this for like an hour is if you can bid on 10 cards and create some value in between versus last sale or something you can't comp. I mean, in my mind, if I can make, between $200 and $500 just doing something like this at like for potential sales in the future and keep stacking it. I think I'm on to something. And I think that's what I've been doing for a while. At least that's my model. So we'll go 130 Canadian, which is 93 US. High bidder. Beautiful. And then we get to the monster, the Ronda Rousey. So let's take a good look at this card. It's hard with it being, I wish they would take it out of the holder so we can actually see the card a little more clear. Like that looks like it's on the holder. See what else on the back. Pretty solid centering for the card. It's kind of, it looks like there's a little more space on the left and the right. maybe 60-40, maybe 55-45, because I would BGS this out of 3. What do these go for? 2012 Rousey out of 25. 2012 Rousey out of 25. Let's see. Get the relics. Here we go. November 25. Wow, looks like the same seller sold a bunch of them in a row. So this is the 1 of 25 did 26.50. The 20 out of 25 did 15.25. There's all the same seller, by the way. Ferry 16. A BGS 9510 out of 25. The same one did 2,000. And then the 9510 did 18. So in a period of October 25, November 25, September 25, 2 October 20, November. So an out of 25 gold Rousey rookie dropped 4 times within a period of almost 45 days. That probably didn't help. So they comped the 9510 out of 28. The 9510, the raw, they comp it at 23. That's way too high in my opinion. I think you take the 98, the most recent, and go lower from there. So what is the current one at? It is at 1,000. I don't know if that would get a 10 auto from BGS. That smear right here, maybe not. I think if you can get the card for half of what the 9.5 did back then, so 1,400 would be my cap. Let's see if there's any available online. 2012 Rousey out of 25. Chatterson again. The guy has everything. So 4,500 or best offer. Assume 2,250. At least that's what I think with best offers. It doesn't work that way, but if somebody's willing to do the best offer, they're probably into it for that or a little bit less. And again, like you got to have a way to think about this. You got to have like a little bit of a game plan. So I think bidding up to 1,400 is not crazy. So that's what I'm going to do. Where is it? So I'm going to bid up to 1,400 US. I think that puts me in a minimal risk situation. So what's 2,000 Canadian is 1,440. So we'll do 1,900. 1,950 is 1,404. So bid 1,950 Canadian. Let's see what happens. And again, you have this 4,500 or best offer. So if you could pick it up for a gap below, enough of a gap in between psychologically, you could put it up and somebody would get a deal or see it at a show and look and be like, oh, I got to make an offer on eBay. I got to pay tax, shipping, all this other stuff. So let's see. I'm the high bidder on that too. Okay. I have no idea how far we're into the video. I have no idea what time I started, but I think that is going to wrap it up. I think we did a lot of good work, a lot of good data hunting. I'll scroll for a few more minutes to see if I see anything. I doubt it. But yeah, so that's how it works. Like you try to make this, I don't want to call it imaginary profit, but future profits for another day and stack it now. If I can win those cards in my mind, I can make it between 250 and 500 bucks at some future time. Maybe the next 30 days, maybe the next 90 days, who knows? And like those cards I like enough that even if they don't sell in a short amount of time, I just sold a PSA 10 of this Mackenzie Gold Prism. Probably sold it too cheap, but whatever. Refresh this. The good point is about like stacking the potential profits in the future. If you do that every day, and you start building up a good inventory and you have decent rotation, not only is it enjoyable, but you have cool cards, but also it allows you to get into bigger stuff too. I buy a lot of bigger stuff. I mean, just on Instagram the past week, I went on a buying binge for a specific insert series in UFC, which I'll reveal in the future. I don't want to do a video on it because I don't want people to start competing against me and buying the cards out. But there's a unique insert set in UFC that they did 1 year. They never did it again. And I'm trying to corner the market on those cards specifically. And when I'm done with my buyouts, And I feel pretty confident I'll do a reveal video as well. That's kind of cool. Conor Holloway. And let's see, Conor McGregor, Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier. On the back, Shavkat, Bisping, Marab. So 6 autos. I know a lot of people give Leaf shit, but I'm going to tell you something. These cards do well in person because you typically have true collectors buying them. They see the names and they start doing the math. 6 autographs, only $30 an autograph. The Conor alone, you got to throw 100. The max is 50 minimum. The Poirier, so you have 200 in value right there for a card out of 6. Kind of cool. Does it have any sales? Let's see. 2026. We'll call it Super Bad, and we'll just put Conor. Did I misspell that, or is it too? It might be too new. Leaf Decadence. Yeah, that's a new product. You're probably not gonna see anything. Let's see. Yeah, probably too new. Might be an opportunity though. What do the older ones do? Let's see, 2025 Conor out of 6, just to get an idea. So that did $81 with just one. With Mayweather, that was just 2 autographs. There's one, I've seen one with 6 before. At least 3 or 4. I know because I have one right now up on eBay with 3 autographs. So there's got to be. Come on, where is it? Where is it? And I can't find it. The point is that for 6 autographs with 3 superstars, these sell at shows. You can believe me if you don't want to, but I know they do because I've sold them before many times. So we're going to pull this one up. Actually, I'm just going to do a snipe on this one. 14 minutes should be fine. Copy the eBay number, throw it in the snipe machine if I can pull it up. Sorry about that. Get back to my snipes. I'm going to throw it in. I'm going to do $223. It's currently at 182.50. Maybe I'm winning, maybe I don't. Cool card though. Low risk, low risk, low risk. What else? So I was going to wrap it up, but once you get going in this, it's like my goal usually is to make it to the bottom of the page over here, the tab, at least one cycle. But the Savage Card Sellers has some sick stuff. Oh, it's an interesting one. Lydell. Oh, we got a John Jones auto. Check that one out. I'm going to do a reveal video on my John Jones autographs experience at the National, having a bunch of cards signed and how that worked out. So look for that too. So that's enough for the one page because I can stay here for hours and I got to get to the gym. So 2026, wow. They got that graded pretty quick. Interesting. Lydell out of 10, PSA 85. What does this even go for? And he signs a lot too, but it being in a PSA slab definitely helps. Because with the way the market is with PSA and the slowdown, it's like an automatic $100 value built into that. Out of 10, probably not a raw sale out there. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. What does it look like again? It's the Octagon Legends. Might have a sale, maybe not. Oh, here we go. So the out of 10 purple geometric did 108. This was the black. So the black is usually more desirable, even though it's actually I take that back. I misspoke there. Well, I kind of misspoke. So the out of 10 purple, the black, even though it's also out of 10, is usually more desirable because of the black. Just like the gold refractors, even if they're higher number out of 50, usually they go for the more than the out of 25s, just because of how collectors collect. So this is 55 and an 8510, and the raw and the purple did 108. So we're gonna put a snipe on this too. I'm going to put a snipe on this at $80. Huh. That's interesting. It didn't pick up the snipe on this. Why is that? So let me go back to this one. Why isn't it picking it up? 200.23. Are we glitching out here? Oh, okay. User error. Crisis averted. And this one, we're going to go back to 80.01. Put that in. And again, like you see all the stuff I'm bidding on, and I probably won't win that much. So that's why, like, usually my win percentage is 10%, maybe 20% on a good night if I'm aggressive. Usually I win more percentage on bigger cards because I want them and I need them in my showcase. But that's that. And then we look at the John Jones auto here, BGS. So John Jones charges cost $280 for an autograph. The BGS slab is $45, so you're $345 minimum just to get the card. Then what is the Goodwin card worth by itself? Probably not much. But from a value perspective, is that it? That is it. So $3. So my point is the card's not worth anything. It's the auto and the slab. Cost is slab is $350. If you're going to sell it at a show, nobody's going to pay that, but half would be $175. Let's see. This dude is so he's out of the country. He's Canadian. 144 bid plus 27 shipping. So you're basically at 175. So that's what I said. If you get it for 175 or less, you'd be safe. But it's already at the max of that, so I'm not going to bid on it. That's pretty much it. That concludes the video. Thank you for hanging with me. Like, comment, subscribe down below. Hopefully I win some of these items and get some cool inventory and some fun UFC stuff back in the collection. Appreciate you. Stay healthy. Keep your heart healthy. Drink your water. Get your steps in. Do your cardio. And I will talk to you again soon.